Hey guys, this is Tauna. Today we have a new card from the upcoming Spider-Man set, and this one here is Gwenom. I will talk a bit who Gwenom is, just so that way you guys who aren't, up with the comics and stuff like that are aware. But this is the card that is also going to have the special alternate treatment for the gift bundle, so it looks pretty good. I am very excited about this. This is quite a strong card to see as the gift bundle promo, so I'm very excited to get my hands on one, hopefully. Let's have a look. It's going to be quite difficult to actually read the card, but I've done my best to get it up there, and I'm 99% sure that we've got it right. But if you guys like this content, make sure you subscribe, make sure you share the video around, all that kind of stuff. This could be the last video that you see from me because the algorithm just throws my content away. So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on anything. So before we get into it though, who is Gwenom? Essentially, Spider-Gwen / Ghost Spider is an alternate universe version of Gwen Stacy who got bitten by the radioactive spider, similar to Peter Parker in the 616 universe. And then she goes on to become Spider-Gwen and, protect the world and that kind of stuff. During one of the arcs, and this actually was like a full 8 years that she didn't have her power out of the 11 years that she's existed as a character. She got her powers removed by Cindy Moon, who was Silk from the main universe, but this was her counterpart on the 65 universe, so the counterpart from Spider-Gwen's universe. Had her powers removed, not wanting to be powerless, as well as wanting to help cure her friend Harry Osborn, not Ozzy Osbourne, Harry Osborn, who had been injected with the lizard serum. She went and she merged the remaining isotopes from the radioactive spider with the lizard serum that was within Harry's blood to create Venom, which is a symbiote, similar to the symbiote in the main universe. And then from there, merged with the symbiote and then used the symbiote to be able to continue being Spider-Gwen. And then Gwenom was like a tag that she went by because, Gwen, Venom, Gwenom. As I said, this was for 8 years, so most of her history as a character, she's had the Gwenom, the Venom symbiote. Sometimes it's more relevant than others, and she's only recently got rid of it in 2025 in July, with the rewriting of the universe that happened during that part. So into the actual card, this was spotted on the back here of the gift bundle, and you will see here the card down here. It is obviously incredibly hard to read from here, so I'll zoom it in a second. Just showing you guys what is actually on the back of the gift bundle, and then when we zoom it in, you can see it's not a huge amount easier to read. However, it's easy enough to read that we've got it. So Gwenom Remorseless is 3 black and a black. She's a legendary creature symbiote spider hero. Now, usually when, if they've lost their powers and stuff, they wouldn't really have the spider tag anymore. She continues having the spider tag, however, because of the fact that she did still technically have her spider powers because the spider powers were merged in with the symbiote, right? They're both together. So she's got Death Touch and Lifelink. Whenever Gwenom attacks until end of turn, you may look at the top card of your library at any time and you may play cards from the top of your library. If you cast a spell this way, you pay life equal to its mana value rather than pay its mana cost. So it's kind of like a Bolas Citadel, essentially. It's a Bolas Citadel on a creature, as long as she's attacked. She's got Death Touch though, right? She's got Death Touch, so it's going to be easier to attack. She's also a 4/4, so she's decently strong there. So is she any good? She's basically like an alternate universe version of Bolas Citadel on a creature, and that card's a game changer. It's an incredibly powerful effect. If you're able to get the attack off, of course, you need to be able to get that attack off to be able to do this. However, because of the fact that she's got Death Touch and Lifelink, it's likely you could potentially do it. Someone's going to have to trade a creature for it, really, or a removal spell. It's going to be decently good. I just think that it's going to be not as strong as Bolas, obviously, because of the fact that Bolas is an artifact. It just sits there. It's less likely to get removed than a creature, but still incredibly powerful. She's going to see a lot of play in the Baitor kind of decks that want their lifelink. They want that playing off the top. They want the life loss as well. It's going to be a decent card, in my opinion. I don't think it's going to be a game changer, powerful level. Like, it's going to still be quite strong, especially because this is going to be a standard legal card, right? Like, it's going to be in standard. Yeah, I'm going to be very shocked if it doesn't see some play there potentially as well, because of, being a decently stated creature and getting that play off the top too. But I'd love to hear from you guys as to what you think. I hope you guys had a wonderful day, and goodbye.